Governor must restate commitment to accountability, improving well-being of Akwa Ibom people. Presidential Elections Petition Tribunal, Tinubu Atiku Obi to Mofet Wednesday as judiciary promises live telecasts. Nigeria malls joining G20. And British monarch Charles III to mark first anniversary of his reign on Friday. Details of this and other stories in just a moment. Good evening and welcome to Akbc 45 News. I am Miriam Ekbotu. As part of a conscious effort to worship in rural communities in order to identify and respond to challenges at the grassroots, Governor Moino Sunday worshipped at the Presbyterian Church of Nigeria, Ikolandemitam, in Itu local government area. Addressing the worshippers, the governor said he will continue to be accountable to the people by improving on their living condition. Government House reporter Patience John completes the report.
The service could best be described as a blessing to the people of its local government area, following a pronouncement made by Governor Moino. The governor promised the construction of the road leading to the Maurice Laser Hospital into among several other infrastructure in the local government area.
Our policy is to see how we can improve the rural communities. So each time we came to you, we are saying the things we have observed and what we believe we will be able to assist, we compile all. I am with that of it too. I've seen that we are making progress already. One of the things you remember we talked about the Minister Road. We will complete it. Don't worry, sir. We will complete it. We talk about the Tabernacle Road. I'm sure we fixed it now. We are working on it. Other road, we said we are going to do the road leading to the Paramount Ruler's house. That road was already awarded, and what is left is to mobilize the contractor and fund that project. Paramount Ruler, that we will do it. We are working on the industrial park right now, and you can see the massive development that is going on because of the jobs. And the stories with the chairman the other day about the motor park, for the design, and thank God the commissioner for special duties is from here. So if we don't get the motor park, we're responsible. And then we can commence work in that motor park and make sure that we can move all these trailers out of the road.
A sermon by the Deputy Clerk of the General Assembly, Presbyterian Church Nigeria, Right Reverend Victor Ikop, drew the people's attention to the need to lead godly and contented lives.
Now, godliness with contentment is great gain, for we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out.
Intercessory prayers, praise and worship session formed part of the church service. Patience John, Akbc News.
The state government has directed contractors to mobilize to site for the completion of the 5-kilometer Mbiabon-Kari Road project, as well as the remodeling of Mbente Primary School in Ifankari, both in a local government area, in honor of the late Obombasi Nwayen. Governor Moino gave the directives Saturday at the funeral of Obombasi Nwayen, an illustrious son of the area who until his death was the Chancellor of Ibom Patriots, a leading think tank in the state. A Government House reporter, Patience John, reports that the funeral held at Mbente Primary School ground, Nkari, in a local government area.
In his funeral oration, Governor Moimon sympathized with the deceased family and people of Ini, describing the late Obong Basinwayen as a bridge builder and keen believer in the Akwa Ibom projects. The governor expressed his administration's readiness to complete the 5-kilometer Mbente road and give the primary school in the village a first lift to enhance the welfare of people in the local government area.
It is sad to describe this loss of son or against things in past tense, but we can't question the will of the Almighty God. In conventional medicine, we have saved the life of our beloved Obong Inuit. I am sure we will be here today to lead him forward, because everything medically possible was deployed to save his life. Again, God knows best. Late Obong Basi Imaen was a strong supporter of my successful campaign to the governor of this blessed land of promise. Even while undertaking treatment, he was in constant touch with me, praying and wishing us great success. He mobilized all communities community by the grace of God that will complete the road. The road was awarded by the immediate past administration, and I know the community wants to know what this administration will do. So please, I'm telling you the school that this community has, we really work with you to ensure that we turn it to a model school, and so that in line with our nice agenda, we also work with the community to make sure that we provide other infrastructure that we can in the honor of our departed mayor.
On boundary issues in the area, Governor Moyo said office of Deputy Governor is working with stakeholders in the affected communities for peaceful resolutions.
The boundary crisis, the Deputy Governor is already working on that, and we're holding meetings with our neighbors and the boundary commission. We know that very soon there will be a solution.
The Catholic Bishop of Ikari Diocese, Very Reverend Canamus Mumo, who was represented by the Very Reverend John Ebebe, appreciated the state government's support to the family in that time of grief. He expressed the confidence of the Catholic Diocese of Ikari in the capacity of Governor Moyo to deliver on his mandate. Patience John, Akbc News.
The Nigeria Labour Congress NLC has vowed to carry out with its planned warning strike beginning tomorrow. The NLC said today that it is not aware of any meeting with the federal government. A top official of the NLC told reporters that there was no invitation from the federal government for any meeting, adding that the industrial action is instigated by state councils and industrial unions. Meanwhile, the Trade Union Congress TUC will not be part of the strike declared by the Nigeria Labour Congress NLC. The union is said to have decided at its National Executive Committee meeting Sunday in Abuja that it will continue to dialogue with the federal government to ease the price of petrol subsidy removal. And still to come, Nigeria is assessing prospects of becoming a G20 member and federal government to establish Solid Minerals Corporation. This and more when we come back. Stay with us.
I just want your papers, please.
Sir.
Salary don't enter.
Yes, sir. I want them never even reach self. That salary plenty, no. No wonder I no gree collect roja for my hand. Shut up, sir. I'm here to build my younger brother. Happen with good luck, proper funding, training, and cooperation. It happen.
So good to have you back. The federal government plans to establish a solid minerals corporation, which will be a state-backed company to manage its mineral and provide funding in the mining sector. In a statement issued on Sunday by the Deputy Director of Press in the Ministry, Alaba Balogun, the Minister, Mr. Dele Alake, decried the lack of access to funding for mining operators during the unveiling of the agenda for the transformation of the solid minerals for international competitiveness and domestic prosperity in Abuja on Sunday. The new company, according to the minister, is strategic in helping the country revive the mining sector. The new Mr. Lake said mining is a big business and Nigeria must assert its presence in this environment by replicating its strategic positioning in the petroleum sector by setting up a corporate body that plays in this field. Consequently, like I said, the ministry will work towards the incorporation of the Nigerian Solid Minerals Corporation. Nigeria's Africa's leading oil producer and largest economy is actively assessing the prospects of becoming a G20 member, the country's presidential office disclosed. The final decision will be made after consultations are concluded. Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu is slated to attend the 18th G20 Leaders Summit in New Delhi on September 9 and 10. His attendance comes at the special invitation of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Tinubu aims to focus on attracting additional investments to Nigeria during the summit. By investigating G20 membership, Nigeria aims to leverage its economic position while addressing internal challenges. A decision on this could impact not just Nigeria, but potentially offer a new dynamic to the G20 landscape. Barring last-minute challenge, the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal will televise its proceedings on Wednesday, September 6, 2023. This was disclosed by the Chief Registrar of the Appeal Court, Abuja Division, Omar Bangari. Bangari said the decision to televise the final proceedings will promote transparency and openness. He said the judgments will be televised live by interested television stations for the public to follow. Presidential candidates of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, are challenging the victory of President Bola Tinubu during the February 14 presidential election at the tribunal. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, had declared Tinubu winner of the last presidential election. Britain's Charles III reaches the milestones of his first year as king this week, with his reign so characterized by a smooth transition from that of his late mother, Queen Elizabeth II. The anniversary on Friday is expected to be marked privately, given the date is also that of his mother's death at the age of 96. Charles was officially crowned alongside his wife Camilla on May 6 at London's Westminster Abbey in front of royalty and global leaders. The lavish ceremony observed centuries-old rituals but was shorter and less elaborate than his mother's in 1953 and aimed to be more representative of modern Britain. That's our package tonight, but just before we go another look at the top stories. Nigeria, Africa's leading oil producer and largest economy, is actively assessing the prospects of becoming a G20 member, the country's presidential office disclosed. The final decision will be made after consultations are concluded. Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu is slated to attend the 18th G20 Leaders Summit in New Delhi on September 9 and 10. Bearing last-minute change, the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal will televise its proceedings on Wednesday, September 6, 2023. This was disclosed by the Chief Registrar of the Appeal Court, Abuja Division, Omar Bangari. Bangari said the decision to televise the final proceedings will promote transparency and openness. That's the package. We thank you so much for finding time to join us on the news. Have a pleasant night. Rest. Good night.